Hey guys, welcome back to the Queen of Down Syndrome's channel. Now, if you've been here before, one of the things that I personally like to pre-teach the Queen is skills. So I've created this. This is called the Ultimate Book Report Graphic Organizer. I'm going to walk you through this. And I just want to share with you, I originally created it for the Queen of Down Syndrome. She was doing a book report in school, and her thoughts were all over the place. Like, she knew what the book was, but listening to it was like, oh, really? What's this book? And nobody understood what she was talking about. And then I created this to work so well that I actually started giving it to my students for various topics and subjects just to kind of help them organize their thoughts. So let's actually go into this. Before we go into this, if there's anything that you want me to create for you, let me know, because I love creating printables and I want your students to be as successful as the Queen. So this is the Ultimate Book Report Graphic Organizer, and originally it was created for, well, book reports. So in this graphic organizer, you are going to get an introduction, the objectives, a scope and sequence if you need to turn it in or something that kind of helped you. You'll obviously need to switch it for your students, but this is kind of to help you, give you, some ideas to get you started. I also have a lesson plan that kind of walks you through it. So you can either follow the lesson plan or listen to me here. Rules for the students, and they're basically simple. They have to obviously read the book before filling this out, because if they don't read the book, it's kind of useless. They have to answer in complete sentences. This is really for the younger students, but to help them get into that pattern of, especially with the texting, and the sentences are like, what'd you write? And then I can help with spelling, and it's overall, So I prefer they answer in complete sentences. Support answers with examples from the book, and you'll see as we go through it. Keep responses neat and organized, and hence that's where this comes in from. And be prepared to share your book report. So basically, very simple. In the classroom, it's read the book, fill out this graphic organizer, use this to write your book report, and then present the book. And that's really where you, the teacher, have the flexibility of how you want them to present the book report. So the first thing I included in this graphic organizer, so this is usually stapled together, is the front page. And it's really meant to be the cover for this booklet. And I found that my students, when they have the opportunity to doodle and just like take their colored pencils and color as they're working, they just remember everything. So I wanted to make it like official and fun. And that's, you have this, official and fun. So the first thing they can fill out is the title, simple, straightforward, the author, and a rating. Now, did they like the book? Did they not? They have 5-star rating, kind of, especially with the younger kids. My kids love this. It helps them feel grown up. Did I like the book and why? They actually have to write their opinion. They can't just say, I didn't like the book. They can't say, I like the book. They have to back it up with a reason why. And that actually, I've seen over the years of myself using this, is that it brings out a maturity of the students. Where like in the past, like, I don't like this, I like this. And it kind of like gives them, well, I don't like this because, or I like this because. And like I said, it just brings out a maturity. It wasn't the intention, but it kind of happened, and I'll take it. So the first 3 pages are very simple and straightforward. What happened in the beginning of the book? And especially if it's for younger students, I may assign the same book for the class and go over it with them. Or if I have the flexibility, which I have, is just the children, as they finish the book, first, second, and third, just kind of go over with them just to tell them what is the beginning. And it's very simple, what happened in the beginning of the book. And now this depends if it's a longer or shorter book. They kind of have the space to write longer or shorter answers, again, depending on what the children wrote. I have some kids who start off with an easy reader, so it's one-liner. And I have some kids who start off with easy chapter books, and they'll give me more details. Next is what happened in the middle of the book. Like I said, the first 3 pages are straightforward. This one, I just want to put a pause to for a second. And the last is what happened at the end of the book. Now, especially for students who are younger or have disabilities, to jump to what happened in the middle of the book can be really hard. So I would do one of 2 things. Number 1, I may just stick with what happened in the beginning of the book and what happened in the end of the book. Just to kind of, we need to keep our kids moving. Middles are hard, so I would do one of 2 things. Number 1, if I have a student who gets very overwhelmed, skip it. Who needs it to get to it when they get older? And like I said, repetition. Number 2, some students, I may say, well, we have the beginning, we have the end. How did we get from the beginning to the end? So you see, I kind of put that prompt and help the students bridge the gap and get the middle. The middle is a hit or miss. If it's a gen ed class, go for it. If you need help, skip it for now and get back to it. Or, this is a little trick I use sometimes, put an easy reader, put a graphic novel or something so they can visually see the middle. But if not, stick to this. The next is, who was the main character of the story? And that's really important. Who do I see over and over and over again? Now, I want you to notice, and I'm sure you noticed, there's a lot of pages in this, and it's done for a reason. When my students write the book report, they do not need to be overwhelmed with how much information is on a page. They loved flipping through it, and when it was stapled, they felt like little grown-ups and like little reporters. So you can call them a reporter. Make fun, have fun with this thing. Next is, what did the main character do that made them so special? You know, some books, there's 3 characters, 1 main, 2 supporting. So, total 3. So, what did this main character do that made them special, that made them stand out? Like, again, this is, I generally introduce this after I do adjectives, kind of give them some words to help them out there. And next we can write about other characters. Again, this really depends on the story. I once read a book to a student. There was literally 2 characters. Oh, if you guys like Elephant and Piggy. Not the one I was thinking, but totally. Elephant and Piggy. So, you don't have many characters over there, but sometimes you do, and let the students students like details, and I'm kind of like telling them, stop, here's where we put the details, here's where we don't, because they'll run on, and run-on sentences are number 1. This one is also for my more advanced students, is what is a climax? This is a mini lesson you, the teacher, are going to have to do. What is a climax? Write down definition, and then what was the climax in the specific story that your child wrote. And here's where they can share what is a climax. And last is this one my students love the most. What was your favorite part of the story? Because here we're kind of guiding them into preparing their thought process. And, they like specific parts, and here's where they can share it. So again, the purpose of this Ultimate Book Report Graphic Organizer is a visual, so the students can they read the book, and now we're telling them for the first time, write a book report. And what I have personally seen is when they write a book report, they go on and on and on and on because they feel so grown up. They want to share with you. And you know what? Having a conversation with me, share everything you want. But you're writing a book report, sometimes it's 3 paragraphs, sometimes the book report's longer than the actual book. We want to kind of help our students visually see through this. Each page is designed to help them visually come through the book, bring it together, and then once they have this, they can use this as a guide to present the book report. This is a support to what you're teaching, to what you're asking them. If you have any questions on this, if you want to see a specific printable created just for you, let me know. By the way, I have over 100 new printables in my computer not being released, so maybe I already have it and maybe I could share it with you. So feel free to ask. I love creating for you, and I want to see your students be as fantastic and reach their fullest potential as they can. So let's work together. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Have a good day. Bye.